video quality is gonna suck out here, but I had to do this video now. Okay, now this to me is just, I don't even know how to start it. Now, obviously, if I put this as the title, YouTube would take this channel down, and y'all would never see me again on this channel. This channel would be gone. All right. So obviously, I can't put that as the title as what I wanted, because YouTube would throw a fit. All right. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what Joe Biden has said. All right. Now, this was reported 1 hour ago. Okay. Joe Biden says police officers and first responders should be fired for refusing jab. Yes, that is correct. Joe Biden has said that. Police officers and first responders should be fired for refusing the jab. Alright, so let's talk about this. You know what? I haven't even read this because I really want to come out here and do this. Alright, so let's just talk about this. Alright, so hey Nick, so I'm just doing this video about Joe Biden. He said all police officers and first responders should be fired for refusing the jab. So, like I said, I haven't even read through this yet. I just wanted to come out here and do this with y'all. So, let's see here. Let's see. Alright, so he said this Thursday, which, well, it's Friday now, but he said this yesterday, technically speaking. Speaking during presidential CNN town hall, moderator Anderson Cooper noted that as many as 1 in 3 emergency responders in some major cities are refusing to comply with city vaccine mandates. And it's true. Seattle is a big one where they are not going to, police officers said they will quit before they enforce it. There's also been several cities within my state that have said they're not going to take it. They will be fired. But again, Seattle's been the big one making news. There's been a lot of officers there that have been fired / quit over this. There's been obviously military officers and members saying that they're going to quit and they're not taking it. So he's getting what he wants. Alright, he goes on to say, I'm wondering where you stand on that, Anderson Cooper said. Which to me, he's on CNN, so obviously he agrees with anything Joe Biden says. Now, should police officers or responders be mandated to get vaccines? And if not, should they be mandated to stay at home or let go? Biden replied yes and yes, going on to suggest that he implemented his controversial vaccine mandate only as a last resort. Exactly. I mean, police officers are already quit. I mean, we've had close to 400 police officers die this year due to gunfire, DUIs, being hit by vehicles, injuries they've sustained due to previous injuries, stuff like that. But they still don't care. They still do not care. That's the problem here. Alright, like as a last resort, this COVID-19 thing is not a pandemic like they're making it seem to be. Alright, yes, people are dying from it, yes, people are getting it, I get that. But at the same time, mandating it, this is not China, this is not Sri Lanka, this is not a third world country where you're told what to do. Alright, this is America, we still have rights. And, honestly, it's time to stand up now, alright? Because this is just ridiculous. I mean, you're literally saying if they don't get it, they need to be fired. So, as we all know, in July, Biden announced businesses with more than 100 employees will be required to mandate coronavirus vaccines or administer weekly tests. Employees are also required to pay employees for time off to get vaccinated and recover from side effects, which my job has not done that. And there's been me and a couple other people that have openly come out and said, if you do that, we're leaving. And I am, like, I will go live in the woods before I do anything that this person tells me to do. Alright, he goes on to say, mandates are working. Biden further claiming even more, most airline employees have complied. No, they did not comply. Alright, what you did is you took a huge group of number. Alright, you have 40-something people vaccinated at that time. You said either you get vaccinated or you're fired, right? So what you did is they all quit, got fired. So now you're saying you have 99% vaccinated. Okay, yeah. because everybody else quit because of you. So now you don't have people flying the planes. You got container ships sitting off California where we can't get our product in. Inflation's going through the roof. Open border where people are just flooding the borders. But yet your main thing here is to force the military, police officers, and first responders to take this. Like, I don't get it. Alright. Finally goes on to say that those who oppose vaccine mandates are attempting to make vaccines a political issue. Nobody's making a political issue but you. Like, you're the only one who's trying to make it political. Nobody else is making it political but you. Alright, you're literally the only one. Let's see here. The president also scoffed at those who oppose vaccine mandates as they bias on freedom. It is, alright? When you are mandating something that is... Oh, it definitely will explode. I mean, look at Seattle. Seattle's a perfect example of that. They have riots every night, officers steady quitting. Minneapolis, it's getting worse. There's shootings, multiple shootings every day. And I'm not talking about one per shot, you know, like most states have. I'm talking about multiple mass shootings happening every day there. And yet, what do they put on a November ballot? To defund the police. You know, that makes perfect sense. You have riot after riot, you had a call on National Guard, you have multiple mass shootings every day, but yet you still put on a November ballot to defund the, or not even defund, abolish the police is what it is, alright? So, but back to it is freedom, alright? You're forcing us to do something that we don't want to do, alright? That's exactly what you're doing. So that does infringe on our freedom, alright? This virus is not killing hundreds of thousands of people a day. Alright, and even if it was killing hundreds of thousands of people a day, you still cannot force people to take something that they don't want to take. It's not going to work. And the strange part to me is, you're really going hard after people and the men and women that are protecting us. You went after our military, alright? So any military person that's not vaccinated by December will be terminated. Now you're going after our police officers, first responders, firefighters, EMS. You're going after them. Why? These are the people that are keeping us safe. Military is keeping us safe from domestic terrorists, which you claim the right is, which I don't know how you got that observation, alright? But now you're going after police officers who are keeping the criminals at bay, and then you're going after EMS and firefighters who are the ones responding to medical calls. You already got nurses out, the ones that are taking care of us in hospitals, and you, like, I don't get it. Alright, now Biden made one remark. I have the freedom to kill you with my COVID, Biden said, mocking what he sees as the attitude of mandate opponents. No, I mean, come on, freedom. So, like, this man's lost it. I don't get it. But what people don't understand is, as a presidential candidate, he opposed a vaccine mandate. He opposed it. He said it was going to help black people in COVID. Everybody's going to come together. Yeah. I mean, he's partially right. Everybody has come together and saying F Joe Biden. A lot of people have said that. So, I mean, I guess he did, in a way, get more people together. In that regard. But, I mean, I don't get it. And like this number here, right? It says nearly 70% of U.S. adults have received at least one dose of coronavirus vaccine, while more than 60% of Americans have received both doses of COVID-19 vaccines. So, if 60% of the population here has received both doses, why are there still so many numbers? Why are there still so many cases coming out every single day? It doesn't add up. If the vaccine works, why are we having so many cases? 60%, that's more than half, alright? And 70% of U.S. adults have had at least one shot. What they're trying to do now is they're going to be like, well, kids are spreading it. We need to vaccinate kids. No. Like, I'm glad I don't have a kid right now. Now, if I had a kid, there's no way I would have them in school. I couldn't do it. It goes on to say 24 Republican attorneys generals have threatened to sue the administration over the mandate, calling it a disastrous, counterproductive in a joint letter on September 16th. From a policy perspective, this edict is unlikely to win hearts and minds. It will simply drive further skepticism, the letter addressed to Biden said, and at least some Americans will simply leave the job market instead of complying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are going to leave. They don't care. They were not going to... Like, All right, if the virus is so deadly and the vaccine worked, quit pushing it down people's throats, and maybe they would take it more. You know, if you weren't blasting on TV every day and trying to mandate it and saying you will take it or you're going to be fired, you know, I guarantee more people will probably take it. But the way you're doing it is really making people wake up and wonder, why are you forcing it? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you forcing it so hard? That's my biggest thing. Why are you trying to force it? And again, you're forcing it on the people that are protecting us the most. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're doing it to all first responders, our military, our nurses, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, everybody that is really trying to protect us. They're doing it. And like I said, at my job, the truck drivers that are literally delivering the food and goods to us so we can put it on the shelf, they're literally planning a protest because they said that they will be fired if they don't take it. So that's your biggest people right there that you need. All right, you got your police officers, your first responders, your nurses. Those three people alone tremendously save us in so many ways that we don't even know. All right, what they do, we can never be thankful enough for them. All right, but then you add truck drivers to the list. These are the people that are bringing the food that we eat. These are the people bringing the medicine that we need. All right, without them, we are screwed. All right. So it's not just the containers sitting off California. It's not just that. That's part of the problem, yes, but that's not the whole problem. But the media doesn't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that, but that is part of the problem. I mean, these truck drivers are wanting to work. They're just saying they're not taking the vaccine to do it. Yeah, Nick. I mean, even before George Floyd, they've been after him. They've been after all the cops. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. You know, I joke about Joe Biden a lot, but at the end of the day, you know, I think he's being forced to be up there. You know, obviously he's not calling the shots. I mean, I didn't watch the presidential debate tonight because I was at work. Even if I was off work, I probably still wouldn't watch it. But he took 9 questions, 7 of them from Democrats, who he probably already had the answers from, and 2 Republicans. Like, my biggest thing with him, though, is, like, you can't force a vaccine mandate on first responders and military and nurses and expect them to stay. It's not going to work. They're doing it on truck drivers. Any business that has more than 100 employees, you literally want to fine them for that. Like, it's not going to work. People will literally just go out in the woods. Like, you know, all the conspiracy theories people, you know, I'm not really big into it. But a lot of these people, they sound right. You know, the ones that are talking about hoarding food, you know, how to grow your own food and all this, having money set aside. They sound reasonable now, honestly. Alright? You know, and everybody's talking about, you know, the presidency don't really affect you in a way. But it does affect you, right? Whether you vote for Joe Biden or not, that is your personal opinion, all right? If you voted for him, that's on you. But at this point, if you don't realize that Joe Biden is a problem right now, then you are part of the problem. I'm sorry, you are part of the problem. If you still support Joe Biden after everything he's done, I mean, the border is completely open. That's how they're getting their votes. They're just allowing the border to be freely open. They know these people will vote for them. They're not going to vote for somebody like Trump or Ron DeSantis. They're going to vote for Biden because, he's going to do what I want, and there's going to be no repercussions from what I do. All right, you had the disastrous Afghanistan pullout where you had killed 13 Marines and wounded another 13, and then your administration comes out with a retaliation attack. But you come out so you kill terrorists. Alright, it comes out you actually killed a man and 7 innocent children, and you lied and tried to cover it up until it was eventually brought to light that, hey, this administration did this. It comes out, you have no remorse, you don't say anything, you don't say prayers to or condolences to the families. You're like, oh, okay, well, it was just an innocent man and 7 innocent children we killed. It's no big deal. You know, we don't need to apologize for that. Alright, now you're trying to force vaccine mandates on military, police officers. Like, you're weakening our whole system. You're weakening the military. which will make us more vulnerable to attacks. You're weakening the police force, that will have crime rate go up. You're weakening nurses and doctors and firefighters and EMTs, that will add more death and more injuries to people. Like, this is the worst president I've ever seen. Like, when your approval rating is at 32, 33%, whatever it is, 31%, in 9 months, and you're that low, then you are literally the worst president ever. I haven't heard of him, but I'll check him out after I get off here. But, like, I don't understand. When you literally have people like that are still supporting Joe Biden after all this has happened, there's no way. Like, I guarantee if Trump was in office right now and he did what happened in Afghanistan, they would have done tried to impeach him. They'd be like, oh, he killed 13 Marines and all this, but Joe Biden did, oh, well, we can't talk about that. So, Biden killed 13 Marines. Trump just speaks freely. He gets banned on every social media platform. Biden has no clue what's going on, but it's fine. Like, I don't understand how anybody can still support him. Now, I will say most of Joe Biden supporters are silent. I've ran into a couple. And, you know, every time you try to have a debate with them or ask them why do you still support him, why you do this, why you do that, they don't have an answer. It's like, well, I support him because he's ending racism. No, he's not. Like I said, people are more divided than they ever are. That's part of their agenda. Alright? When we are divided, there's going to be nothing they can do to take over. They will take over. If we are together, then they know they can't stop. Like, there's 300-something million people in America. You really think if we're all together, they're going to come after us? No. No, obviously, you know, there's always going to be people that want to start trouble and all this, but at the end of the day, whether you're Republican or Democrat, wherever you stand, you have to realize what's right and what's wrong. Alright? You can sit here and talk about Trump said mean tweets, he said mean things on the internet and all this. Okay, so what? He hurt a couple of people's feelings, they got their feelings, the feelings were hurt. Joe Biden is destroying America and trying to take over. That's what he's doing. Alright? I mean, when you literally say it don't matter how many guns Americans got because we got nukes and jets and F-15 fighter pilots, who do you think's flying those? Alright? Those jets that you're talking about you have are flown by the military that you want to force your corrupt ideas on. They're not going to stand behind you. So those jets really aren't going to do you no good because you're forcing your corrupt ideas on them, so they're not going to help you. Now, of course, you know, you do have the little football thing that can activate nukes, but that's still, I mean, all that's going to do is start a war, and you'll be taken out right along with us. So, I mean, go ahead and activate the button. Send nukes over there, but again, you'll be taken out. The other countries are going to know that you did it, so they'll just send it to the White House next. I mean, yeah, I mean, what about Hunter Biden? I mean, nobody's even talking about him no more. And where's Kamala Harris? What is Kamala Harris doing? I honestly feel like Kamala Harris is just plotting her attack to do whatever she needs to do to Joe Biden. Like, and why is Joe Biden getting his COVID shots outside the White House? Why is he doing it inside a White House prop? Why is that? Why is that? Like, if you're going to do it inside the White House, do it inside the White House. Don't go on like a movie set, have the White House set up, and then take it. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I'm sorry. This is the worst president I've ever seen. And whether Joe Biden actually knows what's going on or not, that's determined to be seen. You know, I don't think he knows what's going on. I think his wife knows what's going on, but she's just in it for the power. I think she just wants power, money, so she's going along with it, which to me is a disgrace that you're putting your husband through that, knowing that he's not all the way there, knowing he has dementia. You know, you got White House doctors saying that they're worried about his mental health, but as his wife, you still put him through that. Still make him go out there and make himself look bad on national TV. You have football crowds whole statement saying F Joe Biden, and still, there's nothing going on there. Like I said, and his wife is just putting him through that. Just for the money and power. I honestly think she's okay with it. Kamala Harris is just sitting back and waiting for something to happen. Yeah, exactly, Ben. He only got months, if that. I say halfway through 2022, he's out. Like I'm saying, one morning or one afternoon, it's just gonna pop up. Sad news coming out of the White House: Joe Biden has passed away. Like, every single White House doctor, previous and current, have said that they don't feel comfortable with him being in charge. Like, and there was even talk that when he got elected, he didn't get the presidential football. Kamala Harris had it. So if Kamala Harris has it, only the president's supposed to have it. So whether I think she's calling the shots. Obviously she's not president, or that would be out there on the news, but she's definitely calling the shots. Again, but when you start forcing mandates on police officers and all this, it's gonna be bad, right? And like, this just came out an hour ago, so obviously the bigger YouTubers, they'll catch on to it, and they'll cover it tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They'll be talking about this. Now, the biggest thing is, they gotta be careful how they word it. Now somebody like Brandon Tatum, who has, close to 2 million followers, maybe someone like him can actually put it in the title and be okay. Maybe ABL, who has close to 900,000, he can put that in the title. But if I was them, I wouldn't risk it. But again, I'm not them. They have their own channel. They're doing a lot more successful than I am. So I'm not gonna tell them how to run it. But obviously, I know if I put it in the title, with me only having just over 5,000, I would be gone if I actually put what I felt in the title. Exactly, Ben. And I firmly believe that he did not get 81 million votes. There's no way that he got 81 million votes. Like, you're telling me you got more votes than Obama. You're literally telling me you got more votes than the first black president in America. No. You're telling me you got more votes than Donald Trump, one of the most loved presidents ever. There's no way that you got more votes than Donald Trump, or Barack Obama, for that matter. There's no way. I don't see that. But again, it's only a matter of months, maybe a year at the most, until Kamala Harris comes over, takes over. I mean, she's calling the shots now. So, I mean, at the end of the day, she's calling the shots, but it's only a matter of time until she takes that step and she's president. Whether Joe Biden goes naturally or whether he goes by her. Let's Go Brandon. That's one of my favorite songs right now. I got that on repeat all the time at work. Exactly, man. I mean, he has more protesters than he does support. I mean, if Pelosi left, see, Pelosi's probably is gonna leave. I don't know. Pelosi will leave because she's not radical enough. AOC and all them, they don't want her in there because she's not radical enough. They think she's too old, she's not fit, and all that. Heather, YouTube will not pay me. See, I met all the requirements, and I applied for it. They told me I had it, and then they came back, said that I didn't meet community guidelines, so YouTube will not pay me. It is what it is. Like I said, I never even thought about having 5,000 subscribers. So to me, that alone is a lot. Now, it would be cool to get monetized, but YouTube's not going to pay me. Like I said, the day I got it, I was like, oh my god, that's cool, obviously, I'm not going to quit my job yet, but hey, that's cool. And then, next day, they told me I didn't meet community guidelines, my content didn't meet it. So I mean, it is what it is. You know, you can't fight YouTube. You know, honestly, I'm even surprised people like ABL and Brand Tatum, that I'm surprised they haven't got community guideline strikes against them. Now, obviously, you know, they're a lot bigger. They're in the millions, 900,000 range. So, obviously, they're a lot bigger. But YouTube will eventually take over, and all these conservative people and all these Republican people will be shut down. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, Ben, that happens every live stream that happens. I will go from 10 people in the live stream down to 2 people, back up to 6, back down to 2 in a matter of seconds. They also take likes away from my channel. I'll go from 9 likes to 0 likes. I'll go from 20 likes to 2 likes. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I have 5,220 something subscribers right now. I guarantee you, if you check back in the morning or later, give it 8 hours. I give it about 8 hours. I'll probably be down to 5,050, 5,100, and then I'll jump back up to 5,200, 5,300. I mean, my numbers change probably like 20 times a day. Like, I'll lose 200 subscribers out of nowhere, and then an hour later, I'll have that 200 subscribers right back. I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to find a way to censor everybody. I mean, if you don't agree with them, then you are part of the problem. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time before everybody's censored. Now, the video I was going to do today, you know, I didn't do because I felt like this was more important. So, I will go ahead and say it. Trump does have a new, well, I'm not going to say Trump because I don't know if it's necessarily his app. But there is a new app coming out called Truth Social, I believe. Let me look it up real fast. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so there's a new app called Truth Social. It's supposed to be the next big thing now. You can go ahead and download it now. Obviously, it's not going to work because it's not coming out until February 21st of next year. Now, I'm just going to read a little bit of what they're about. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's ridiculously long. But I'll go ahead and read part of it. So, it says, let your voice be heard. Sign up, join the conversation, show your unique opinion by posting a truth. Key features. Express your unique personalities by setting up a profile, avatar, background. Get the scoop on the latest thoughts and activities from the people, organizations, and news outlets that interest you. So, I mean, pretty much, you know, it's like a conservative app, you know. You can express how you feel with no backlash, no nothing. Now, a lot of people are saying that Trump made this app. I don't know if that's true or not. Usually it has the developer on here. Now, developers just say T Media Tech LLC, so I don't think Trump made it. You know, if Trump would have made it, he would put his name under it. So, for all people saying that Trump made it, I don't think he made it. But, again, this is a great app to have because even people off Rumble were saying that they were getting shadow banned and they were getting censored on there. And that's why I try to tell people, you know, a lot of people want me to go on Rumble and Parler and all that. And, you know, that's fine to have apps like that. But until you can know that it's safe to go on there and you know you're not going to get censored, there's no point in going on there. And now all those people are facing, you know, they're getting censored on there also. Now, honestly, the best thing to do is just create your own website and go from there. And then, you know, have your social media on that. But honestly, it seems like TikTok, you know, is honestly one of the things that's blowing up. A lot of people are posting on there and they're not really facing anything, any kind of backlash from that. But again, I really just want to cover that. Like I said, that new app, Truth Social, should be out hopefully late February, early March. You know, it says February 21st, but who knows? that's just the expected release date. Who knows when that's actually going to come out. But, like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below for y'all that are watching this later on. Like I said, I'm going to get off this one. Not sure when my next video is going to be. Depends on what happens, what goes on. But as always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.